What's up, everybody? Welcome to HotMakes, right here on the edge of tech, where we aim to educate and entertain the maker community. To my left side, we got the Pooch. How you doing, Pooch?
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. I found out earlier today that 2 out of the 3 of my kids have lice, which sucks.
Ooh.
And I am trying very hard to determine what the lethal dosage 50 of joint compound is, given how much of that room work I've been doing, but I'm still kicking, so must be doing something.
For a minute there, I was really confused. You were talking about lice, and then you were talking about joint compound. So I'm
it's all over. That's my defense against lice too. Is I lather my head in joint compound.
Yeah, it'll stop it, right?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Right. Welcome. There's a bunch of you already in chat. We've been chatting for a little bit, but you guys have been chatting for a long time. He's got the lice from the new shop, Zolan said. Party on, dude. Someone said, yeah, we were rocking it for a minute there, and we thought we'd have a little fun with that. But yeah, another Monday, another week went by. A lot of cool stuff happened, and you got the, what'd you call it? The Poochicorn or the?
This is Poochicorn V1. And it unfortunately doesn't show very well because it's all black. I should have printed it in a different color, but I've got V2 in the works, which I hope to have ready to show off next week. But this thing's dangerous. I don't know if you saw my tweet.
I did.
But this would really hurt if you got gored with this thing.
I think we need to keep Chep away from a crossbow anywhere near you right now. I mean, that's it seems like he's ready. He was very willing to try to take that out of your try to take the apple off your head is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All too quick to volunteer.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so funny that anytime that he jumps in or anything, all of a sudden the race comes up. No matter what happens, it's like, well, if you wouldn't have pushed him, and then it's hilarious.
It's because it's just epic. It was one of the best things to ever happen to Chuck. Put him on the map.
Put him on the map. Yeah. You really took off his little YouTube channel at that time. I mean, when that happened, it really started blowing up.
I take full credit for that. Yeah. No way, man. Chep has been going for forever. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's not here today. Just so you know, he's not going to jump in and talk about the race again. But we have a lot of awesome people in the chat. Just want to acknowledge that. Thank you guys for coming in early. Thank you to everybody here so far. And I've been watching everybody. I see all your names, and much like the HotMakes, we don't have time for all of them, but welcome. And thank you for joining us every Monday. Right away in the beginning of the stream, we should get out that I don't think we're going to do a show next week, right? Because of the holiday.
Yeah, it is Labor Day weekend, and everybody should be out barbecuing, hanging with their fam, doing all that stuff. So I vote that we take a hiatus for next week and pick it up in 2.
Sounds good. And we actually might have a really cool guest in 2 weeks. We won't spoil it right now. But I think we're going to have a pretty cool guest in 2 weeks, and we'll announce that shortly as soon as we get the confirmation.
I'm excited. I really hope this comes to fruition. This would be probably an exclusive because I don't know that anybody else has got them.
No, I don't think so.
I'm being very mysterious.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the amount of arms and legs this person has, it's
it's greater than 1.
Right, I'm just gonna say it's Medusa. It's
Cerberus, the hell dog.
I love it. Oh man. So yeah, we got a cool show today. We got some real fun stuff to talk about. I think we should start off with some makers news, and it's kind of a big one in the world of 3D printing right now. Let's do it.
Why, you're right. It must be some sort of plastic.
Too much fun with that. All right. So as we all know, the CR-6 SE has been delivering for the last month at least. And within the last couple weeks, the last week especially, it's been kind of blowing up that there's some issues with it, and it happens. I mean, they put out a ton of units, right? But
Yeah.
the what I'm showing right now is a tweet from Joel, saying that his videos was getting a lot of traction, but a lot of people were just looking for some answers. And if you come down here and we maximize this, this is somebody's CR-6 SE, and let's see if we can spot what's wrong with it here as it plays through.
Yeah, see, I think I see the moment where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And that would be where the ominous smoke starts pouring. Look at that. It's so thick too.
It is. You know, I think
what electronics death smoke.
I think they put a vape inside of it.
It looks like a fog machine, and that is not a feature.
Right. That shouldn't be happening. So
no.
So I think it boils down to like some switches, if I saw that right, and the Puff the Magic Dragon, someone said. And you know, the thing is though, someone just said quantity over quality these days. I tell you what, they put out a really good response to this, and they pretty much said, did you see what their response was?
No, let's look at it really quick.
All right, give me a minute. I'll go find it real quick here.
Yeah.
I think it's where was it? Oh, it's on Twitter. I know it was on Twitter, right? Let's go look. Creality.
Yeah.
So they basically said, "Hey, this isn't what we want to be. This isn't what we're about. We apologize for all the stuff that's been going on." I don't think this is the official one, actually. This one might be the wrong account for Creality. It's Creality official, I believe.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, I'll just say that it's interesting in this day and age. I don't know what it is about the 3D printing space that product development, there just is this trend where everybody is rushing to get something to market, right? And granted, look, there's a lot of development time that went into this still, but it feels like in this industry in particular, and I don't know why, that we just see this happen way too often. And I don't know if maybe we're just that close to it, or if there's just not the same amount invested in development because of the components. But
yeah, I mean,
why is this still happening?
The thing is, though, I don't think anybody's perfect, and I don't think any machine line is ever perfect, right? But the quality control should have caught it at the end. Someone jumped in and said they took full responsibility, and basically that the people that did get faulty machines would get reimbursed and stuff like that. But and that's true. And basically they came out and put this statement out and said, for those of you who have recently purchased the CR-6 SE, thank you. For most, the experience has been good, but due to some mistakes that are entirely the responsibility of Creality 3D, it has been unpleasant, and you have our profound apologies. And I tell you what, the first two sentences right there really, to me, show that they see the problem, they're watching the community, they own the problem, and they said they're going to fix it. And I think, man, I think that's a good thing.
Well, I agree. I think that this is a good statement. I think that this is what you have to do. I love the fact that they say this is well documented, and no way is it a result of user error, because the first response that a lot of times you get, like, well, what did you do wrong? And they owned it, like you said, which is good. You don't want to see it happen, but obviously, Creality's been around a while. They've had a lot of fantastic product. They do a huge volume. And in this day and age, part of what we have to watch for too is that it's so easy for any one individual to just get on social media and be like, what the heck is going on? And we don't get a good sense of like the scope of the entire problem, right? So we're not seeing people posting when they get it and it's running fine and it's not catching fire. And so, it's weird because it's like any amount of fire is unacceptable. I would say from a product standpoint, like we don't want to worry about walking away and setting our house on fire.
Right. I agree.
And so that's particularly egregious in this case. But I am curious to know what they don't really comment on how far, how pervasive this problem is.
Yeah. And I don't think it's, I mean, just like anything, someone said, it happens. People, some companies maybe had a bad run of parts or something. I think it is, if I remember right, the switch. If I reread that, like the control switch, but it is a quality control issue, and I think especially with the Kickstarter. They probably put them out so fast that they didn't test every single one or something. And I don't know. Someone says my rep box is fire free. Thanks, Pooch. Ouch. Someone said they hired ANET employees. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, the thing is they sold a bunch of them. They put a bunch out. Other companies were, like you've said, has said, well, what'd you do? You must, I don't remember a 3D printing company like this putting out a statement and just kind of like a recall in a way, right? We see the problem. We're going to fix the problem. And I mean, do you remember any other company ever coming out publicly like that and saying they had an issue?
Well, I mean, there's certainly been a number of, think about, the issues Joel had with Robo, whether or not they were how they approached it, whether they admitted to it, I think that there's a tendency for a lot of companies to just try to kind of minimize and just deal with the people that are having the problems, send replacement parts, whatever you need to do. Right. But it's interesting because anytime you're dealing with electronics, and especially at this price point, right? Like, it's not like these machines are going through insane validation hours and stuff and burn in tests. And I don't know to what end you would really want to go to. Like, it's not going to be an affordable product if they have to go to the ends that I think a lot of people would expect.
Right.
And so a lot of times it's just cheaper and easier to like deal with, these early problems as they arise. But I know that's not comforting to people as, the recipient.
Well, and I agree. And I think the thing is, in my opinion, they saw the problem, they acknowledged the problem, they're resolving the problem. And someone said, I hope they hit all their email lists and forums. They did. They absolutely posted this on the forums. They hit I got an email from them, and I didn't even buy one, and stuff like that. It's like they are looking at it and they're being cautious. Now, I know a lot of people that have them and they're printing them on them just fine. Right. And people out there are definitely have no problems with some of them. And then, there might be a small batch that had issues. And someone said, Alien 3D said he says stopped supporting them when they put them on Kickstarter as opposed to just taking pre-orders. And when they started sending resellers before all Kickstarter orders. So I don't necessarily know that's true as far as the resellers go. I think I think in some cases I saw people who ordered multiple selling them under reseller names. And I think that was because I have a friend that was number 404 and he was getting really frustrated because he ordered extra stuff at the end. They said, hey, do you want to throw this stuff in? And he said, sure. Well, he was one of the last orders because of the extra stuff. And then he found out that the extra stuff isn't shipping with it. It's shipping separate anyway. So he was a little frustrated, but he's like, hey, look at these links. People are trying to, the resellers already have them. And I started looking, I was like, wait. Time out. Let's dive into this a little deeper. And it was people popping up, posing as resellers, selling printers that they had bought. And I don't know. And don't get me wrong. I don't know if they sent reseller ones before Kickstarter ones or what they did. But the Kickstarter thing, to me, we had this discussion, we had this discussion when they did it, whether they should have, they shouldn't have, man, business wise, it was smart. It was exposure.
It's exposure. And that's the thing is people are using Kickstarter now as a marketing means. Like Creality doesn't need to use Kickstarter. They chose to use Kickstarter, and a lot of companies have done this as well, because why not? It's like, one, I can use it to do the pre-order system. Like, there's no reason they can't do their own pre-order system, but it's the exposure and the fact that we keep talking about it is just free advertising. I have a question for the chat, and chime in and let us know what you think. But like, when you support a product like this on Kickstarter, and you get, one of the you're an early adopter, right? And so what is a reasonable expectation? Like, do you factor that into your process when you're ordering, that like, this is a risk that I'm taking on as an early adopter? I am going to, it's like when you get the first model year of a car, right? You're potentially the guinea pig on, as they flesh out what all the problems are with production and all that stuff. It's the
same thing with phones. I mean, anything. Yeah.
Anytime you're the early adopter for a new model of something, you're running this risk, right? So does that go into your calculus when you make your purchase decision on Kickstarter?
That's true. I mean, do you expect it to be perfect if you're an early adopter? I mean, really, and this was a big early adoption sample. Let's because it was a big sample of printers. I can't remember how many exactly they did, but I mean, there was a lot of beta tests. Mark on the road said beta testing should have been performed, but I do accept minor risks. Product should work as advertised with minimum fault. Absolutely, I agree. And beta testing was done. Look at Joel. And almost everybody who got that printer absolutely loved it.
Right. So to what extent, right? And then, the parts that they're using on beta a lot of the time aren't like, maybe they're still negotiating like deals on the switches or whatever. And they swap out, not thinking that, we haven't QC'd each of the, because Creality doesn't manufacture all the little components that go on the board and all that stuff. They're parting just like everybody else. So a lot of it comes down to who their suppliers are, who they're sourcing from, the quality control there.
Eddie, you are absolutely correct. Yeah. And Eddie Moser says, I think expecting it not to burn is reasonable expectation. That is true. Now, I don't know if we've ever seen fire. I haven't seen, there's that argument, right? I haven't seen any fire, and maybe someone out there can tag us in some pictures or shoot them to my chat, whatever you want to do if you've saw fire. But so far, I've only seen smoke, and a couple of the videos I was like, whoa, that can't be real, because I've been in electronics for a long time, and I've never seen some smoke like we just saw coming out of something. I mean, that was a lot of thick smoke.
Some thick smoke, yeah.
Nice. But Kickstarter, Josh was saying he thinks Kickstarter should be for like startups and stuff like that. And it was forever. The problem with that, in my opinion, is that I don't know, most of the stuff you back you never get. I mean,
is it most?
I toss that up for a minute.
So I do know. I have heard a rumor though that in the 3D printing space of Kickstarter is one of the largest failed campaign spaces for Kickstarter. And again, I don't know if it's because a lot of people think like, "Wait, I can put together I've assembled multiple printers on my own. Now I can make one to sell." That's a whole different ball game.
Robbie Mack, any event, it's hot. But I backed a couple that failed, and then luckily I was able to get my money back for one that you actually kind of pre-order. You paid up front on this. It was a really weird situation, but a lot of times Kickstarter, you pay and then you don't get paid. I mean, they take your money and they run if they're successfully funded. And then if you never see the product, too bad. You don't get your money back. And I think, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good, successful Kickstarters, much like Fate's End, who did a Kickstarter. And one of the things they did was the
dice tower. Yeah,
she did. Yeah, Kimber did this. It was this awesome dice towers, and this is a variation. That's actually not the dice tower. This was a decorative. Yeah, it's a decorative model. Yeah. And they do make this in a dice tower. You can print it as a dice tower. But if I can get my head out of there, I mean, this thing printed absolutely awesome. And This was a Kickstarter that I backed. It was like $30, $38 or something. And she wanted like $6,000 to do like 14 towers, and she ended up with like $123,000 and a whole bunch of towers and variations of them. So that's an example of one that was kind of a startup, like Josh was saying, and then really took off and made the most out of it. Really, I mean, she's killing it.
I think that's a whole different category of Kickstarter, right? It's like a lot of people are like something like that. I think a lot of people will look at things like that. One, if the dollar value is low and it's somebody that's artistic and creative, and say like, you know what, I'm willing to put this out here just to support what you do.
Right.
Even if I don't see something for a year or what, I don't think people want to be told that they're going to get something, and I get it. Right. But I think your expectations are just completely different from that versus a developed multi-million-dollar, company that's established.
Right.
It's hard when you're the size of Creality. Of course, you're going to get guff, especially because you kickstarted the thing, and a lot of people feel like, it better be dialed in by the time I get it.
Right.
And the truth is, nothing is perfect, right? Like, there's always going to be failure. Even with this guy could have been one. Yeah.
Right. She tests these. She has people before she releases the files test them. She tests them herself, but she still says, "Hey, if you have any issues, let me know. We'll check out and we'll make the modifications we need to make if you're having problems printing them." I mean, she expects that out of all the models she does, I can't even remember how many it's going to end up being, right? But there's going to be some issue somewhere with one of these models, and it might not even be her model. It could be somebody's printer not having enough cooling to do some of this, but she's always like, "Hey, come find me." And that's to bring it full circle. I just think it's awesome that I'm sorry that it happened, but I think it's awesome that Creality took control. They acknowledged it. They admitted their faults, and they say they're going to help. And so that's,
yeah. And I think that's what you got to do. I think it's unfortunate because it's like we don't want to even be having this conversation, but that's what happened. And no matter who you are, what size you are, you should stand behind your product. And honestly, for me, it's if you're communicating, that's great. I understand that things take longer than we expect and all that.
For sure. Just talk to us. Let me know.
Communicate.
Hey, you know what? Development is taking a little bit longer, or we're early on this. Just talk to the client and let us know, because if you're in Kickstarter, you're backing them for a reason, whether you believe in the project, the people behind the project, whatever it is, and that communication just keeps that bond strong, in my opinion. I mean, yeah. So that was fun. 24 minutes of
good news, not good news.
I mean, yeah, it's news though. I don't know. I can't think of another 3D printing company that has just come out and said we screwed up.
Well, we should do a follow on in a couple weeks, once we can, see how the response was, if the fix, people are happy again now that they got it.
And I have a friend locally that has one coming. I didn't talk to him today. I'm not sure if it's here yet. I could even bring it on and we could see if it smokes. I mean, live on stream. I mean,
Llama says he's not warrantying the hat that the helmet that he made for me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Right,
it catches fire.
Yeah.
It's on me.
Well, he provided the file. You provided the everything else. So I think that's fair, right?
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll definitely follow up. Where the heck was it? Someone said follow up was important. Yes, it is. So we'll definitely follow it up with that. I think, we'll see what happens. I think they're doing the right thing though. I'm still loving this Artillery X1 Sidewinder. I know we talked a lot about it last week.
It's a great printer,
man. So I got 3 more on the floor next to me here that I need to start printing on and check them out as well.
3 more Artillery?
No, 3 more printers.
That you have.
I have a HotMakes. What is it? Let's see. I have an SC10 not Shark version. I have a Sobel SVO1, a HotMakes. I think it's HotMakes or HotMakes SC10, and I have a GTEC A10M sitting next to me that we haven't shown on the channel yet. I just put them together. Actually, I joined a stream last week and just set, while we were all BSing, I put a printer together quick, and I appreciate that. I think it was think it was Zolan's stream, if I remember right. But so, what's next? What are you thinking? We got some hot
makes time. A lot of hot makes.
We do. We had some. I don't know about a lot because this was.
I saw a lot of, but see, the truth is, a lot of the ones that I tagged from this week will probably be next week's and beyond. Right? I saw a lot of traffic in tags.
There's definitely traffic. Some retweets and some retags. But don't forget, in the description below, you will find a document. You can go see everything that we are showing this week. Also, I think I alluded to it in the title.
You did.
We're going to do a surprise. We'll just show that much. A surprise giveaway here at the end of the stream. It comes in a box like this. All right. So
it fits in that box. Is it in the box currently?
It is in the box currently. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Still boxed.
Yeah. In other news.
Hard to hear you. Speaking to the mic. There it is. Tile Man is at it again.
I figured out how to properly, and I can't get a good shine on here. I figured out how to properly clear coat them now.
Okay.
And that it makes them absolutely pop.
So what was the issue with the clear coating?
Well, you have to wipe off the burnt particles when you're done.
It's just the particulate matter that was on there. So you tried to coat it before cleaning it.
Yeah. So basically,
got it.
I don't know where the other one went. Well, so basically, I didn't know to wipe them off, when you're done before you clear coat.
Yeah.
And I made that mistake, as we saw last time. And that sucked. But now if you wipe them really good, softly with a microfiber, and then the first layer has to be very, very thin. Let that dry. Let that dry for about a half hour, and then the next layers can be regular, and you're fine.
Nice.
And then I don't remember if I started showing this. So this is something new that you might see in a video real quick here, probably.
Yeah.
Kind of like
that's a good little test template for you.
Yeah. This is a couple things. Number one, you see the numbers on here?
Yep. Looks
like magic numbers to me.
Magic.
Yeah. And number two, kind of like a tile benchy.
Right.
I mean, I guess it really isn't a tolerance test, but kind of like you print one, for your laser.
Yeah.
But more, it's like essentially it's a paint swatch.
Right.
I mean, it's a way to choose your colors, and if you paint the same way every time, you can get the same results.
Right. So what you're saying here is at a given power, you can expect this shading or this intensity of color.
As long as you paint the same, that's the trick.
Always have to paint. That's interesting. And
So
that works with multiple colors as well. If you did layers of color, right?
Yeah. So I don't have it up here. I don't have it close to me. Oh yeah, I do. I got too much stuff. I was filming all day yesterday. So here's one.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool. This one has orange and red. The tile's white, and obviously the top's black.
Yeah.
But look at all those colors you can get out of it.
And that's with how many different colors of paint that you put on there?
It's a white tile in I believe orange, and then red, and then black. So 3 layers of paint. Really, you burn through the black to get to the other layers.
Right.
So yeah, that's the extent of my painting.
I think you're onto something, man. I really like this tile thing.
I can tell you, I'm not the first, not even close to the first who've done it, but I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. I have one I need to do with some brand new colors I haven't even played with yet. So when we get done, I'm going to start some burns because I can't burn while I'm in the garage here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: paint burning with a laser doesn't smell good.
No, I wouldn't think it would.
Jerry keeps saying, hey, you got to throw those on my site. I will definitely get them on your site after the show. I saw your chat here too. I do want to get them up because he wanted me to toss them on his 3D printing and painting Facebook page. Which lasers set up, Jim? I got the Ortour Laser Master 2, and I got the 20 watt which is really like 5.5 watts. It's 20-watt input. That's what it is. It's not 20-watt output. Someone says so you could do RGB tiles with the 3 prime colors. Maybe that might be a video coming up if we can get it to work right.
Yeah, you get full color imagery by, it seems like it'd be pretty slow process to burn pixels basically at different
that or layers.
Yeah.
And the thing with layers is I was working on trying one and I screwed up and my layers didn't match. So then you get layer shifts and it's real bad. But this tile proved that I can do like three different, I think this was actually 4 layers. So a light orange, a dark orange, a red, and like a real light color in there. But I screwed up and
still super cool.
Right. It's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a lot of fun. I got to get some cool stuff. Like maybe I'll do like the HotMakes logo.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. Sweet. You ready for some HotMakes?
I'm ready.
Oh, all right. I'm going to pop it 4 screen so we can see a little better. And I'll take, apparently I had still some of those up. Okay. First one we got today is, how do you say this? Do you know how to say this? Is it Ibelin?
Ibelin?
They say the pictures does not do them justice. It's 2 test pieces with ugly print lines, but they found 2 combos that they're happy with. These are awesome.
Wow. Yeah, look at that patina on that, right? Yeah.
Right.
That one. Yeah, that's crazy.
Super nice. I just cool stuff that people are doing. I haven't seen this before. So nice work. Nice work. Let's see. What do we got next? Oh, Mark Ray. Yes.
His mini paint shaker.
We got the mini paint. Does this hold a paint can? I see it. Like
it's a little acrylic bottles is what it is. Yeah.
Can we get this to hold a I think he's on. Isn't he on with us?
He's on. Yeah.
Can we get this to like shake a can of spray paint?
I mean, I would I don't see why not.
Why not?
Right.
That looks familiar.
Scale.
Yeah, does it scale up so I can put like a spray paint can in there? That would be awesome. That's what 3D Misprinter says. I want it for rattle cans. So let's blow this up and let's take a closer look here. So what he did was he created an over, I think self-admittedly over-engineered way to shake his paint. Little motor on there. He clamps it to the side of a desk.
Yeah.
Opens it up and must hold the paint.
I love that clamping mechanism. I mean, it's very clever design.
And it's rubber bands, right? So
yeah. Well, it reminds me of like the shock mounts, right? That you see on your microphones.
Awesome.
And then but coming up with the mechanics for that, and he was talking about it's uses inverse kinematics, for those math minded or whatever as his design, but it's so like, how does one even visualize that mechanically operating, right?
He says next one is going to hold up to a resin bottle. That is awesome. I would pay for that. Throw it out there and I'll pay for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you got all kinds of good applications, right? It's such a neat design, Mark.
Nice work. Nice work. All right. What do we got here? James over at Print and Play.
Oh my God. I had one of these.
Yes.
Back in the day. And we weren't allowed to have a Nintendo, but my dad got this given to him like in the mid 80s. And, they had it. And my brother and I discovered it. And we got we found like deals on all the old Atari games. And so this is just a real nostalgia piece for me. I love this thing.
That's awesome.
And of course, he's got it. It's an emulator. It'll play,
of course,
just Atari games now.
I do need to get with him because I really want to build one of his full size cabinets. I got to do that.
Good people. He's got amazing designs. We've seen the the Ready printer one that he did at
Right.
Earth.
It's phenomenal. He does some awesome stuff. I remember Murph last year. He had a really cool console with him too. So the next one we got CJ Beck, another successful print with the MMU2. Esun Brown with printed solid green slime and blood red for the eyes on
Just
an MK3S.
Perfect color choices for this.
Wow.
And I mean, talk about how, like, I don't know if I've been following the MMU for a while, and like, I swear the quality has come so far in just a very little amount of time, as compared to the original molded material.
Right.
People are really pushing the bounds. And it's amazing with just 3 different colors of film it does to really bring a print to life.
I think that's a good one. I think not only was it the perfect colors, because I looked at this and I was like, what? Oh, it's a print.
Yeah.
And not only was it the perfect colors, it's really showing how far the MMU2 and the palette, for that matter, we've seen some awesome palette prints, how far they have come in just like the year, even just from last year, they've come so far. And I think people are dialing them in so good now. And nice job.
They really are. It's really, really interesting. I think we're going to see more and more of this stuff, obviously, as people start to get confidence in as the technology develops and stuff like that. But doesn't it remind you like of where the 2D printer world was back in the day, where it was like we were just doing black and white, then there was like the living cartridge where you'd had to swap it out, and so we're still very much in its infancy for multi-material, I suppose, because I think there's a lot of opportunity still with mixing different types of filament and dissolve supports with just endless possibilities, right?
Yeah, it's amazing what people are doing. I have this problem with my tiles too. The problem I have is like looking for the colors. He chose perfect colors here, but putting that stuff together in your head beforehand, I'm not good at that. So I actually go into Lindsay a lot and being like, what if I do these 2 colors? What and then she's like, well, this is what you could potentially get. Burn it, do one of your test one of your test tiles, which only takes 16 minutes, and find out. And I was like, great idea. So let's do it. But
that's a good point. Doing some kind of swatching for ahead of time is a really great idea.
It definitely, and there's a lot of different tests for printers and for lasers and all that. I think it's just taking the time to do it is where a lot of us just get caught up.
Right. We just want it fast, and so maybe we don't take the time to do it. But there's something about the sheen that even from a swatch, I don't know that like part of what makes that print pop is the way that light reflects off of it. Right? It's not a flat color.
It's phenomenal. And his picture helps a lot too.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice
good photography, well lit.
Yeah.
But the contrast of the filament colors and all that, it's fantastic.
Look at this guy.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. Anybody need a screenshot? Now's your chance. No.
Hot make, right? I love
it. There it is there. It took up dang near the whole bed, huh?
It did. It barely fit on that Mark III, but it did fit. And it was sized. It was sized for Viking's giant head, but honestly, it's pretty much the same. I mean, maybe it could be a tiny bit smaller, but I have a pretty big head as well.
Well, it looks awesome. As far as
that's my GQ Viking pose right there. What do you think of
that? That's right. That's the GQ Viking pose.
Yeah,
I like it. It's sharp. It looks sharp, though. I mean, it really does. It looks sharp.
It's sharp, Jim. I'm telling you, I would not want to be gored with this thing.
Yeah. And sharp is in good too.
Both meanings.
Looks like a unicorn got knocked up by a rhino, someone said.
Wait till you see the next version with interchangeable horns. It's a material print.
Well, you saw my post, right? We need to be able to fill one of those horns with mead.
I think that's a fantastic idea. It reminds me like the beer binoculars, thing that people would bring to, right? Because nobody would ever expect it to be in the horn.
It's just like, hang on. and then you twist the end of it and just drink. Right? I mean, people already drink out of horns.
Mead flask.
They just don't put them on the helmet when they're done. I like it.
Flask.
I like it. Yeah.
It's the vinking. It's a vinking helmet, right?
Nice. So here's another one. More photos over at the other place, but some files that this person was putting together that was tagged is from Blasto. Let's just dive in here. So Blasto's in the stream, and he could probably give us a little bit of background on this. But if I believe this is a Raspberry Pi in here,
yeah,
and that's the screen for the Raspberry Pi. I don't know because it doesn't say what it does, but Blasto, if you're still in the chat, if you know, let me know. But this is a really cool case for for the Raspberry Pi there. See it?
Yeah.
It's just oh, here. My bad.
It's got that industrial vibe, right? You know, it looks like it's all heat sinked and stuff. Or
Mark of the Road says he wants to take your helmet to the Metal Fest when COVID's over.
It'd be good for that. Wait, Mark, until you see that next week's version, because you're gonna like it that much more.
It's here we go. It's the mill plastic from Jay. Okay.
All right.
What does the device actually do, if you know that? It's I know it's a desktop computer.
Like a mini.
Oh, I see.
A little
mini
Pi
computer. Got it. That makes sense. I didn't know if it was part of another system, like if he's it's like a modular part, or or what it was. So I could pretty much print this and use it with a screen if I wanted to for my Octoprints. Why not? Awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Octoprint you have to access through a browser. So I don't know if there's like a console interface.
Maybe this one was the one I just showed.
Yeah, there it is.
This was it sitting right on the printer the morning it got done, and there's that.
So good, man. I love that.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
It's good filament too. Good color.
That was what Arion Marble PLA.
Yeah.
This one was cool.
The Swift.
Yeah, this is 3D printed Swift buggy.
The Swifty. Yeah.
Let me see. There we go. I love it. It's so cute. But I think he said he printed it for his nephews. There we go. And
it's cute. It's got a baby minigun on the front of it.
Yeah, right here. That's so cool. And it says Jake, and I can't see what the other one says, but I think it has their names on the wings, so they can't get them mixed up.
Perfect.
But nice work there, Dave T Geekster. What do we got next? Oh, here's a C3PO update.
Oh my god, it's done. Finally finished it. So good.
Yes, here. From what we saw just a couple weeks ago, it was just plastic.
I know the amount of work he's put in. I mean, look at how many hours he's got in that thing. And the paint job is fantastic. The eyes, he's got those eyes like dialed. I wonder if I can't tell. Are they lit? They must be lit.
Yeah, I think they're lit, like backlit.
I love how he's got just the full size Han and Carbonite in the background as well.
Oh yeah, hang on. There you go. Yeah, it's just laying around in the shop,
Yeah, it's just something I whipped up.
Oh, it's his door. Now that might be the coolest thing I've seen today.
It's actually it's a functional door.
Yeah, look at it right here.
Oh my god,
it looks like his door that shuts.
It does.
This guy needs to come on our show and show us his shop. Matt,
Yes,
I think you're in the chat right now. Han is my office door. There he is.
That's amazing.
You should hit me up. Let's take a shop tour if you're up for it.
Yeah, I want to do a shop tour. I mean,
we need a Han Solo shop door on the stream.
Like, and it'll be good to see C3PO in full. I mean, obviously you can tell from the pictures, like, here he is in the play. I want to hear about how many print hours he's got, how much filament it took, how long it took him to paint it. I mean, there's so many questions.
We'll do it next week.
And I know he's got a video, so I haven't seen like there's supposedly the video up, right? So maybe I should just watch the video.
There you go. Me too, but it's more fun and we can talk, right?
Yeah, right.
Like I said, we'll do it next week.
All right. Well, next week.
I'm just messing with you because you're not going to be
eating burgers, doing a Labor Day thing.
Can you wear the costume or is it standalone? I'm pretty sure Shenanigans says, can you wear it or is it standalone? I'm pretty sure that it's just like a stand-up replica. No, I'm not having it. Zolan, I'm pretty sure I'm not having a show. If I have a show next week, it probably won't be HotMakes. It'll be like Jim makes something or plays with a printer he should be filming and he didn't film yet.
Jim eats a taco.
Jim, look at me. Does it look like I wouldn't do that? No, I think I believe we are going to be at family's house next week, so I don't think we can stream, but if we are, I'll let you know. He said fully plausible. It's basically a giant action figure, but it's fully plausible though. Ooh.
Posable.
Oh, posable, yeah. Sorry.
All ball and socket joints. That's
oh my god.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're in. Let's find a day. Shoot me either tweet, like send me a message on Twitter or
it will happen. We got to do it.
We'll make it happen. Send me a message on Twitter or an email to jim@theedgeoftech.com and we'll make it happen. Let's see what we got. Midnight Giant. Thanks to Art Mods for the awesome logo. The batch was small jalapeno base, and he's making his own hot sauce. It looks like
the sauce.
Midnight Burn.
Midnight Burn.
Yep.
With the knigget. Midnight Burn. Wow.
And Shenanigans said, this is definitely a HotMakes. This is a spicy meatball.
That is a literal hot.
Yes.
Hot sauce makes.
And if you use it, it would be a hot make. I mean,
you're making the hot make with the hot make. It's like hot make inception.
It's man. I'm out because I don't do that kind of hot stuff. But
what do you say? Like how spicy are we talking? He's got four pepper hot.
Let's see.
He just said it the title. Okay, I was like, yes, make us hot sauce.
Is he in the chat? He might be in the chat.
I saw him earlier.
Let's see.
Who in the chat likes hot sauce? Who's into the hot sauce?
I don't know how hot it is. He didn't say how hot it was. I'm surprised that it's not like 15 feet tall though.
4 pepper hot.
Oh, right here.
4 peppers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like his emojis. But
but why would he do it 4 times?
Battlecry says it's a hot mess coming out. Touche. That gives a new meaning for hot end.
People want look at this. Like to burn, fans of hot sauce. People like the hot sauce.
Hot sauce is really good. 3D Maker Kid. I'm a fan of hot sauce. You guys can have it all. I'm not. I mean, about as hot as I get is like I don't know, Caribbean jerk at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. That's my hot.
That's big baby hot.
What do we got next? Oh, this one is so cool. Jason, was it pattern to print?
Yeah, Jason Bruce.
Shaping let's see. Shaping, oh my god, I can't talk. Shape, weave, wide,
width,
Go
thickness,
for it.
number of radius and pegs are all parametric. So parametric design. So really quick digression. Krager, Tony, the guy that's part of the Railcore project, did a private Fusion tutorial with me like a week last weekend.
Okay.
And taught me like so much in the scope of like a 2-hour thing about just parametric modeling and like all this stuff. And it just feels like new worlds opened up. But obviously anytime you can, Jason's been doing these basket weave things forever. And now he's got to a point where he can literally just type in like, okay, I want one that's this wide or this, types in a number and can increase the number of weaves or whatever. And so it's like you have to go in and mess with the model. It's all done mathematically.
Oh, got it. That's cool.
Parametric design for the win.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that because apparently I can't. tongue twister. And watching it is very satisfying.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah.
Well, from a product design standpoint, it's infinitely useful because it's like, so for example, I'm using it for some new designs for enclosures and rep box like stuff, and when I can just very easily say like, okay, let's lock these side panels in, but if I want to play with making it wider or shorter, and it will mathematically like dictate where the exit points are going to be, or how wide the door is going to be, and it just makes your life so much easier if you build that way from the get-go. So
there you go.
Good stuff.
Welcome. I think he's new to the stream, and we showed one of your things a little bit ago. It was the little Raspberry Pi box. Can you tell us what it was in the chat? Like what were you going to use it for? That's what the question was. But welcome to HotMakes. All right, what do we got here? Oh my, this might be my favorite of the week. I keep saying that, but
play.
Did you see my comment? Was it here on Instagram? I said we should put a motion activator on this. Yeah. And we could set it outside your house, and now you have tower defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they make the sprinklers that like turn towards the motion and spray whatever.
It's the number one comment by everybody. It's like motion activated mode, right?
Yes. Here you go. Yeah. Let's see. I'm hoping everybody can see this. Can you hear it?
It's very quiet.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I'll do the sound effects.
Yeah. And he's using a remote control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
I showed this to my son and he was just like in awe. He's like, I want it. How do can we make one? Can we make one? And I'm like, buddy, you and me, but I don't know that that's available. This is his custom thing. I mean, I know this is based on his backpack.
Yeah.
Ball launcher, right?
Yes, it's based on. And now I fired that at Earth last year, and if you've never fired one of the Project FDL foam dart launchers, we'll call them. For one, that is an experience in itself. Then you put the backpack on. And you go full auto with a tube full of those round balls, and that is amazing. And I did that at Earth, and I know a lot of people got the opportunity to do that, but it just you can't walk away without smiling in that time. And
absolutely
nice work over there, Project FDL. Those guys are awesome. Jesse and Jackie are just they're great people. They're doing awesome stuff. They're working with LDO Motors now, and getting some really cool stuff going there. Man, but I have like a walkway in the front of my house, and I'm doing hand motions and realize we're not on the camera, but it has like it's a rock wall with an opening in the center that with stairs that you walk up. It would be perfect. Just throw them on the corners. They're like, just let them spray everybody that walks by. And oh man,
tower defense. Amazing. I love it.
Yes. Yes. How long can a 3D printer work nonstop without overheating? It shouldn't overheat probably ever. If your fans are good, as long as your fans are running, right?
I mean, look, there's people that have done over week long prints and stuff like that. I don't know if there's a record for this. Would be a good question for Carl, right? Like it'd be interesting to see like a burn-in test on a belt printer where it's just like you can keep feeding it and it can keep printing indefinitely. Right. Torture test, right?
Do it. Let's see it, Carl.
Do it, Carl.
Maybe he has a time frame he's printed. But all right, what's next? We got 5 minutes here, and I don't know if you're ranting today, but this is your favorite.
Oh my gosh, I'm stoked on this one. I mean, we're talking about MMU like this. Okay, this is Luby's new model that Tom printed. Again, Tom's like a master of picking filament combinations, and he's got a lot to choose from, so that helps. But Foxy, how foxy is Foxy there, huh?
Man.
And teaser, Luby is going to be on the Prusa Live 3D stream on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Which is it's at noon my time, so it'd be like 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. for you.
Yeah, 2 I think, yeah.
3 p.m. Eastern. And if you haven't checked out the Prusa live stream, it's great. Joe gets on, Matt Stoltz, Miklos, and they show off just some pretty epic stuff from prusaprinters.org that's been shared, and talk about what they're doing and stuff. So anyway, Luby's going to be their guest this week, and she's going to be talking about Foxy, and I'm sure all of her other models. And it's perfect because Luby's models have been with Prusa from the get-go. The Adelinda model that she did, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Right.
It's on the box, right?
Right.
So
I was looking. Neck said he's run 16 days straight on one of his. Yeah. So that's awesome, Carl. 16 days. That's a long straight time there. But Luby, phenomenal job on the model, and of course Tom, awesome color selection and awesome print. He's still the king, I think, of the MMU too. So far for me.
He is. Well, he consistently puts out, I mean, he finds a lot of great models by like Photos and Luby and all those people and prints them and takes great photos of them. I don't know. There's few people that have done as much to advocate for 3D printing as an art form the way that Tom has. Right.
By the way, second favorite of the week, as far as the HotMakes goes, I love her dice.
Steph, her resin dice. She's been at it now for quite a while, and just
good.
I don't even know how you I got to imagine, and I haven't talked to Steph in a while, but there's got to be a lot of experimentation in terms of how do you envision, what you're going to do to make that. Right?
That's the thing. We were talking about that earlier.
And see what kind of, comes together. You can have a sense of what colors go together, right? But how they're going to blend and cloud and form,
what's funny is we were talking about this earlier where it's hard for me to look at everything and just imagine it. Now, if it's an old car or something, that's one thing. But something like this in my head, to look at all the colors I have and the pieces I have, I was just like, I'm not good at that game, right? I just know I'm not. But she must spend so much time to try to put something like this together. It's phenomenal.
It really is.
Nice work. Nice work, Steph. And I need to order some. That's I just need to get. I'm not even going to use them. I'll set them on a shelf probably, but
just take them, go play gutter craps with them.
Right?
Plays gutter craps with a 20-sided die. Right?
Yeah,
it works like that.
Oh man! What? And last but not least,
I hadn't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen this one? The Olmec mask printed on Phenom.
Yeah,
with Strytech Fast White. Let me get this thing full screen so you can see the paint job and the print, and it is awesome.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't even understand how you get that kind of that is this just what you can get with fine brushes and airbrushing and I have no concept of what it takes to paint at that level, and you've seen, like I said, we've seen plenty of people doing it on here, but
I mean,
look at that and be like, oh, that was 3D printed, right?
Right. If you just paused it here, you just look at this, you wouldn't look at that and say that you're right, that's 3D printed, even though it was resin printed, but you wouldn't think that.
No, but because the paint job's so good too. It's the metallic finishes and the way that it's buffed and
right.
Amazing.
And they're saying layers and layers and layers. Absolutely. I agree there. But nice work. That's phenomenal. And printed on the Phenom, I mean, the thing with these large form with the large form resin printers is we're going to start seeing more and more stuff like that and printed in one go,
Yeah.
Oh man!
At what cost?
It'll be expensive.
A lot of resin, right?
That's a lot of resin. That'd be out probably. If I had to randomly guess, that's a $70, $80 mask, probably, right? But I don't know. I don't know.
how long it took to model and
What's the inside look like? Is it real thin? Is it hollow? Yeah, because his face had to go in there, right? Right.
Yeah, unless he doesn't have a face, but I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't.
That's why he needs a mask.
Yeah, resin masks helmets are great until you drop them. Touche.
Don't drop
who
it.
said it was a cheap hobby? It's definitely not when you get into the big printers like that. I mean, the Phenom is what, 2 liters just to fill the vat. That's $80 in resin, you know.
Yeah.
But hey,
13 resin in 2-liter bottles, the way you know.
Right. And then he's gonna have to come up with a shaker that holds like big, like 2-liter bottles and things. Oh man, good stuff. So that was our hot makes of the week. I know we're just a little bit past, but we are rocking. I don't remember. You have a pooch rant, right?
I got a rant. Let me rant.
Wait.
Screen.
Should we do giveaway first?
Yes, giveaway because the people can leave and not have to rant.
Well, I know Dan said he was going live when we're done, so he said don't worry about being a little late.
Thank you, Dan. Very kind.
Hey, let's see. Someone says I'm trying to do 2 things. I'm trying to log into Nightbot here. Also,
Dan doing the after the hotness stream. What is Dan? What's your stream officially called?
Let's see. Use another account. What do you mean use another account? Get out of here.
While you're doing that, let's see. We got some questions in the chat.
Someone
Josh
said asked a question about a BL Touch.
Favorite printer. I can't pick just one, but if I had to, you know what I would say. I don't know.
There we go.
If you had to pick one printer, Jim, you're alone on an island, but you could take one printer.
Oh man,
to the island. Why? This is a weird scenario. I have no idea why.
Alone on an island with a printer. Actually, as long as you had filament, that's not a bad idea.
Coconut filament.
The coconut filament. Come on. Man, I would probably that Sidewinder is really, I'm liking it a lot, but I think
it's like the latest tool that I get is my new favorite tool.
But I think that the Ender 5, oh man, depending on what size I need, the Ender 5 probably would be going with me. I just love the Ender 5. It's a great solid printer. It's a square, so hopefully it wouldn't get damaged too much if I was trapped by myself.
Yeah.
So let's do this. I'm just about to hit the chat with a word. Just so you guys know what this is a pre-release Wi-Fi box from Creality.
We got another Creality Wi-Fi box.
I probably should ask if I could give it away first, but it showed up.
Easier to ask forgiveness, right?
It showed up today, and I don't need 2 of them.
You don't need 2.
So why not spread the wealth to someone out there in the community to test it as well? I know not everybody gets to play with these yet. I don't think they're released. They're still waiting for some feedback. I know they did have some winners on their channel recently, but if you want one early, you might be able to win it now. What'd you say?
But don't enter unless you're willing to report back to us.
There you go.
You feel what you feel. What do you think of the product, right?
There you go.
I want a genuine somebody that's genuinely going to use it and give us their impressions and stuff so that we can give useful feedback to Creality, right?
Yeah. And someone says, does it smoke? No, it just quit. I think last week. So it shouldn't. Yeah.
It's been
all right. Here we go. I'm going to type the word Wi-Fi in. The word Wi-Fi. If
with or without the hyphen.
Without the hyphen, just like I taught it.
Okay.
So you guys all need to type that word in. Word Wi-Fi, all lowercase, only one time. It will disqualify you if you type it twice. And what it is a Wi-Fi box, hooks up to a cloud, hooks up to your printer. There's an app on your phone. That's about all I know about it because I haven't played with mine.
Look at this. Look at how many people are entering. This is good.
Nice.
All these willing reviewers.
Currently we have 90. We have 92.
You don't have to do a video. You can just use it and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And we can pass that along.
Yeah. You don't have to do it.
It's don't let it just sit in the box. You have to put it to use. While we're waiting for everybody to get in there, I'm going to try. My favorite print. This is not going to be a surprise to anybody. I'm going through some Mark III until there is another printer out there that consistently produces with minimal amount of maintenance required, is just bulletproof and a workhorse. I want something that I know that if I'm going to go put a print on it, it's going to be there when I come back. You know, least amount of issues, spaghetti and all that stuff. Like I appreciate reliability and consistency.
I agree. That's why I would say the Ender 5. And it's easy to fix. Unlike the Prusa. No, I'm just joking. I'm just playing.
They use open source parts. They all do.
I don't even have one. I can't even say that. Hey, you know what we should do? If you have not typed the word Wi-Fi in, you should. We have like 90 something people in the chat right now. If you have not typed Wi-Fi in, do that. And I think we only have 46 eligible users currently that have typed Wi-Fi. And how about you rant while people are typing Wi-Fi?
I will rant. I will rant now. Give me the screen. Okay, listen. This is a really, I'm really fired up about this, and I think that we have a lot of people in the chat and in our viewership that have their own YouTube channel and have had to deal with this. And I don't know if it's a sign of the day and age that we are in, but the commentary, the hurtful commentary, the insulting, the whatever that is thrown upon creators. And I'm so glad that Misprinter just, chatted about how I'm a shill. We see this all the time, right? There are people trying to make their living as YouTubers or reviewers or whatever. And the minute that they get excited about something, we're having this chat with Joel just this last week, and it's an ongoing thing. The minute he gets excited about something and wants to share it and is, whatever, he becomes a shill, right? And it's not so much that you shouldn't be entitled to have your opinion of what people do, but what good are you doing? What are you giving the world by sharing just being mean, right? It's like, how many people out in the chat, raise your hand if you said, like, how many people's mom told them, like, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all, right? Like, why have we lost our way? Like, you're totally entitled to your opinion, but damn it, like, don't be an asshole. It's not benefiting anybody. It's not doing anything to further the conversation. Now, that said, I think I'm all for productive feedback. And I think Joel and Noob and any other creator out there would be as well. Like, there are perfectly adequate ways. It was like, hey, I would love it as a viewer if you could share more of this, or would you do more of this? But to be combative, to be a jerk, like, there are just a lot of people out there in this day and age that feel like I need to be confrontational so that I can get my name out there. I don't know. At the end of the day, you're not helping anybody. And if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all, please. Also, if you got something to say to me, say it to my face.
I love it.
Hide behind the internet. What is wrong with people, man?
I don't know, but someone said if you get free stuff, you're a shill as well. I guess I'm guilty. So there's that.
Are you a shill, Jim? Do you think that people? A question for you, Jim. Do you think that people that leave comments like this on your channel or whatever, like, if they were to meet you in person, would they say this kind of thing to you? Like, why can't people use that as a benchmark test? Would I say this to this guy's face?
True.
But it's easy to hide behind the internet, like the anonymity.
It is. It's super easy, especially if you create different accounts, which some people do. I know that there's someone behind the scenes spreading a bunch of stuff. Spreading a bunch of stuff currently about another member of our community, and it's going around in circles. Crowdy, what's up? I'm in trouble now. So there's
on. Welcome.
That always sucks. Hey, I don't know if it's Ben or anybody out there, but welcome, Crowdy, to the stream. You just caught the end. We are about to do a giveaway. Let's do it. If you have not typed that word in there, go for it. We got 50 eligible users out of 90 people. Come on. All right, we gave you plenty of time.
Face. It's true. I believe you, Eddie. I know you would tell me to my face, which is why Eddie is a good friend. Even though he's not always saying the nicest things, he has no problem telling it how it is, which is different, I think.
Right. All right, here we go. What do we got?
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
SPC 3D, you've won.
SPC 3D.
Welcome.
That's a lot of letters and numbers.
That's that's letters and numbers. Yes.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
What does it stand for?
Yeah, if you have not
person could 3D.
Congrats.
Steve.
Nice.
It's Steve.
Nice. Well, if you're in the chat, so I hope you're still in the chat. Shoot me an email. All you got to do is find an email and shoot it over jim@theedgeoftech.com. Let me know who you are, and we'll make that happen. It'll only take me 2 to 3 years to get it to you. So, we'll be plenty. In the UK. So if you need to redraw, I think it'll work in the UK. There's Wi-Fi there, right?
They have the Wi-Fi in the UK?
I'll ship it to you. No problem.
Man, what a guy.
We're doing it. But congratulations. I know we are a little bit late and there's some people streaming after us. I think Dan is streaming on his channel. Dan, if you're out there, throw a link out there if you have one. Otherwise, yeah, I agree with you. Talk to, if you have an issue, postage cost, don't worry about postage cost. We got that. We're making the fat YouTube's money because we're a shill, remember?
I just challenge people out there to leave constructive criticism. I'd have no problem with criticism. Just make it constructive. There's nothing to be gained by judging people, being a jerk. Why do it? So do better, everybody.
Oh, that's right. Alien 3D. Josh, get with me. I got the info. Shoot me an email or just chat me on Twitter. I'll get you that info. Yeah, be nice to everybody. We're all here together.
Be excellent to one another.
Right. And stay tuned. In a couple weeks, we have a pretty awesome. Actually, it sounds like we're going to have a couple really awesome guests here in the next couple weeks here. So I can't wait to see the shop we were talking about earlier. He's still in the chat. He's still checking practical printing. We should see his shop too. We should do a shop.
There's a lot of shop. I think a lot of people have had a lot of time to work on their shops and stuff like that. We're going to do another update of mine in the coming weeks, which I'm really excited to share because it's come a long way.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think we should do a Jim and Pooch's Excellent Adventure party. Nice. Well, anyways, I know, like I said, we're about 15 minutes late. We're going to get off here, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and spending a lot of time. We had a great crowd tonight, a lot of awesome feedback in the chats, a lot of awesome hot makes that
keep sending us those hashtags, hot makes.
Oh man, I kept saying this one's my favorite. I had too many favorites tonight.
Why should we have to pick one? We don't have to. We make the rules. We make the show. We make the rules.
Hit that like, give us that thumbs up, hit that like button, and check us out every Monday right here on
Smash the subscribe, ring the bell.
Don't forget on Twitter, #HotMakes. And if anyone out there knows how to make it work, so it shoots me an email or puts it into a list or something on Instagram, let me know because I have failed
that to do it.
What was that?
If this then that won't do that with
they took away some functionality in Instagram, and that's what people are saying. I can't get it to work. But if you know how to do it out there, basically how it works, we do #HotMakes. It goes into a document for us, and then we can look through them every week. If you know how to do that on Facebook or Instagram, let us know. We'll get it out there for those two. Otherwise, Dan's going live next over on his channel, and I'm looking back through the stream. I can't find one of his things to share it, but he's going live over at the DB3D channel on YouTube. So check that out. You guys have a great week. Have a great weekend, and we will not see you next week, but we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great holiday weekend too, right?
Great Labor Day weekend to all. Thanks for joining us. Awesome seeing everybody in the chat. Yes, be excellent to one another. And
yes, there's a chat link in the chat down there. What'd you say?
And you're supposed to say the other part. Come on, man. Bill and Ted. All right, bump, fist bump.
Excellent. Party time. Oh, is that what we were going for? I totally messed
All
that
right.
up.
Good night.
You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you next time in 2 weeks. Later. I'm back. We didn't go off air yet. And I'm back. I just wanted to shout out Steven the Lightspeed. He chatted me, and I just saw it right now during the outro, and he said he was going to help with shipping to the guy who won the Wi-Fi box. Thank you so much, Steven. I really appreciate it. Later, guys.